Hey everybody, it's Old School Nerd. It is a Saturday morning. Okay, seriously, it's a Saturday morning, and after quite a few days, almost a week of bouncing around between classic, some J rock, some K rock, some homages to covers of Van Halen and Michael Jackson and stuff. Somebody goes, "Old School Nerd, you haven't done any metal. Like you're getting soft." And I'm like, there's many things I know. Being soft ain't one of them, baby. I can tell you that right now. So this Saturday, I said to myself, you know what I need to do? People have been telling me to do this, so I need to do this. We're gonna do Lacuna Coil. Um, I've heard of the name. I've never seen any of their stuff. Even though they were formed in Milan, Italy, back in the '90s. So just like a lot of the bands that a lot of people go, man, I can't believe they've been around this long. This is one of those bands that's been around, and they're pushing, 35 plus years, which is impressive. They've been through their ups and downs. And the main reason why I'm doing Lacuna Coil this morning is because I had a particular person, and this person was from Italy, and they said, it really bothers me that the only band that you've done from Italy is the Diggy Diggy Hole band. It's a valid point. It's a totally valid point, even though Diggy Diggy Hole was legit as hell. If you're a Minecraft fan. So here's the thing. They're from Milan, Italy, and they are definitely on the biblical side or anti-biblical side of metal. Whether they believe it or not, their theming is very dark, very dark. Like if you had if you came up to the battle between good and evil, light and dark, heaven and hell. Yeah, they're betting on the dark side. If this was a Star Wars band, they'd definitely be Sith, which is cool. I mean, that's their thing, and you got to tip your hat to it, I guess. But here's the problem. What you guys are watching right now is my second Luna Coil reaction. And a lot of you are going to be like, wait a minute. I don't see a reaction of you doing Luna Coil. I know, because it got blocked instantly. I did a reaction to a Lacuna Coil video, and when I uploaded it to YouTube, it was blocked in all countries, all territories. When I do these reactions, I know it's going to pop up and go, demonetize, copyright claim. You get no money, you get nothing, move on. And that's fine. I'm used to that, and that's okay. I know that going in. But when they say blocked in all territories, it sucks. A lot of people people don't realize that my biggest reaction video is Wrong Side of Heaven by Five Finger Death Punch. A lot of you respond to me and go, I've never seen that one. Yeah, because it's blocked in almost every country except for Canada, Mexico, Australia, the United States, and maybe one or two other countries. It's blocked everywhere else in the world because it depicts violence, particularly violence and what appears to be a foreign nation, and that goes against the terms of service of a lot of different countries for YouTube. So my biggest video ever, which is over 250,000 views, many of you have never seen. But anyway, I can deal with all that. What bothers me is this Lacuna Coil video that I found was blocked by everybody. So I got to start over. And the video I did wasn't something that had some kind of imagery in it. It was just because of where it was done. And it was done at the Woodstock show in Poland. And it was like, nope, Woodstock says no. Okay, well, fine. Luckily for me, Lacuna Coil has a lot of really awesome fans. And those fans own cameras. And they bring them to shows. So although this may not be the best musical sounding performance because it's done on a camera at a live show, you know all the ones from Asterism that you guys love? Most of those were done by somebody holding an iPhone at an Asterism show. If you're close enough and you get that idea of, hey, I'm standing in the front row with this band, and it makes it worth. Plus, we get to see the members of the band do what they do best, and that's perform with a crowd, which I prefer. I'm just letting you know. If you give me the choice between a live performance of, let me throw one out there. If you give me the chance of watching a live performance of Nightwish versus a video of Nightwish, I'm going to take the live performance every time. Why? Because hearing their music is one thing. Experiencing their performance in front of a live audience is something different entirely. Because when you see them performing in front of a live audience, let me give you the example. You can see the pain into Omos's face. You can see that quirky little smile in Impo's grin, because Impu has that impish grin, right? You can see Kai or Juka, depending upon the video, just that emotion and the bigness of them drumming. And of course, if we haven't figured out that both Marco and Miss Jensen do their best stuff when they're in front of people and they can connect individually, you need to see more Nightwish. So that's why I'm doing it like this. I found 2 videos. We're going to do them both today. And that won't be both of them. We're going to do a third video today, which I need to give you guys a special announcement on that one. But let's do Lacuna Coil. I'm going to do this one as Reckless from a live show. And then I have another video coming out right after this one with another song from Lacuna Coil, because quite frankly, I think you guys, it's 9 o'clock in the morning. These should have been out 3 hours ago. So I need you all to look at your computer screens and go, thanks, YouTube. Old School had to do 5 damn reactions before you could find 2 that could actually work. So I have seen them play. I think they're awesome, but I've never heard Reckless. I've never heard the other song. I picked songs I haven't heard before. Okay, here we go. This is Lacuna Coil, Reckless, live in Baltimore in 2019. Like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for coming in. We've already broken past 20,000 subscribers. And from now until the time we hit 25,000, there's something special going on. I'm going to tell you guys about it in the third video today. Let's get going. This is Lacuna Coil, Reckless, live. Hey! Okay, for a live voice, it's rich, it's controlled. She's very good at her singing live. The first video I saw of them, which I didn't tell you guys, it was from a performance. It was younger in their career. She seemed a lot younger, and she had blonde hair, or the hair color was blondish in the video that I saw. She did a lot of growling, and she didn't do a lot of her vocal tone. This vocal tone reminds me of, I hope this makes sense. Have you ever seen anything by Skillet? Okay. The vocalist from Skillet reminds me of her. Also, there's a smaller band who also does reactions. And I'll go into them later, but it's a very rich voice. Jen Ledger from Skillet, when she does any of her solo stuff, it's very alto and rich, and it reminds me of this. And even though this is recorded on obviously either a phone or a camera at a live show, and all you can hear is the PA, which is going to be echoey and very bassish and reverberation from the hall and all that stuff, you can still hear the richness and clarity of her voice, which means, yeah, put her on the list. It's a badass. I gotta swallow my coffee. Okay, her belting is wow. Okay. The first time I heard it, I was in the middle of a sip of coffee and I almost spit it out. I was like, I gotta swallow it. That is impressive as hell. Um, Man, I am okay. I want to say something, okay? I know that my kids, they're not awake yet, thank God. I know that my kids are really into pop music, Ariana Grande and those people. And I get that the stuff that they do is vocally very, very amazing and stuff. And that's all well and good. But between Flory Anson, Tatiana from Ginger, this incredible singer in Lacuna Coil, and many, many others, there are some women in metal that blow me out the water on vocal ability and dexterity, where they can do this richness, heaviness, and they can either pop up into this soprano belting head voice like any other. You go up to these pop singers and you're like, oh my God, they're so amazing. Nobody can do. And then you go over and watch Lacuna Coil, and she belts just, I mean, she's doing it too. And she's doing it in a live show with metal music. So, apples to apples, oranges to oranges, it's all good. These women are just as powerful vocally as any other genre. You just don't get to hear about it a lot because until these bands exist now, when I was a kid, there were no heavy metal bands that were being led by women. And if they were, those women weren't allowed to show strength like these women do. So happy I caught this in my lifetime. Isn't it awesome? Yeah, let's go. Okay, real quick. If the Kami band for baby metal the Kami band is based upon the Japanese word for ghost, and they're expressing that they're ghosts band, would this be band de morte in Italian? The band of death, because they represent like skeletons and ghosts and whatever demons. Because the drummer is definitely, his makeup is definitely set like a skeleton, but then the other two are more demonish, ghostish, shaman, almost like a shaman. So the imagery, I don't know because this is my first thing for Lacuna. So a lot of you out there who are huge Lacuna fans, this is why I love you guys. Come on, comment. Let me know what I'm missing. Let me know what I'm missing, because I know that there's a lot more out there for Lacuna Coil. And if there's a particular performance that showcases the amazement of everything about this band, that's your task. Tell me what it is. I want to share it. I want to feel it with you. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Baltimore, can you feel it?
No, but I'm in Louisiana, and I do. When she talks to that crowd, and she has that smile on her face, and she has that power amongst her, let me be crystal clear. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. Damn, that was awesome. You know what I didn't do? You know what I didn't do, and I should have? I didn't give enough credit to the other vocalist. He's doing that the growl, that shouting feel, similar. Having the double vocals. You remember when Linkin Park first came out and you had Chester Bennington? and I think the other guy's name was Mark, right? Or no, Mike. When Chester and Mike would go back and forth, it was like, oh my god, I've never heard this before. Eh, other people were doing it, they just weren't. They hadn't blown up like Linkin Park did. Plus, you had Chester. Chester was doing that melodic, haunting vocal that only he could do, and it was incredible. And we miss Chester every day. Mike was doing that rap call out. He didn't growl, but he did. Oh, actually, he did. Sometimes he did do a low growl for emphasis on certain songs. But when I see a dichotomy like this, where you have the beautiful vocals of her with the aggressive tones that he's showing, makes a great dynamic. I think it'd be interesting with all the people who revere the door that supposedly Linkin Park kicked down. And all of a sudden, as they do research, they realize that bands like Lacuna Coil and others have been doing it before Linkin Park. It's kind of interesting. Just a thought. But this was Lacuna Coil, and let's be honest. Okay, can I want to say something, and I want to see if you guys recognize it too. I'm gonna try to get a good picture of her just to kind of. Okay, I want to get a picture of her real quick. Where she's not fucking headbanging. Actually, let's be honest. There is no picture where she's not headbanging. Okay, real quick. Before I go away. Okay. I want to see if you guys see what I see. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1. Gina Carano from Mandalorian. You see it, right? If you don't see it, obviously you've never seen Lacuna Coil before, or you haven't seen any of The Mandalorian. My suggestion, go watch both.